Do you know CJ and Franklin's voice actors are cousins? Wait, really? Yeah, look it up. Okay. I went to spend some quality time with my son, and he gave me some ideas for the places.
Please don't shoot the bike rental guy out of, like, force of habit.
So after doing this 3 times, I beat Jimmy to the end of the pier. If I didn't do this, I would have paid $20. I went to rescue Tracy, shot her friends, and made it back to shore. Soon after the mission, I got a call from Amanda to help, and normally I would ignore this, but if I didn't help, then I'd have to pay for a lawyer, so I stole this police car and paid nothing. Back to Franklin, and I went with Stretch and Lamar to go buy a shotgun from Ammunition. For some reason, this Assault SMG was free, but the shotgun I actually needed to progress cost $550, plus a flashlight mod, which was $472. Now, you can see that everything here is expensive. $550, plus a flashlight mod, which was $472. Now, you can see that everything here is expensive. They don't know I follow Epic Cakes Gaming for this one. Everybody down, I have a gun. After a few fails, I could skip the spending money part of this mission and continue. Shockingly, the guy we kidnapped a few missions ago tried to betray us, so I had to shoot my way out of this ambush. Meanwhile, Michael was still desperate for money, so I joined Lester to start planning for a heist. While planning, I realized I was missing one key member, so of course, I restarted my save and went out to find the one and only Packy McCreary. I was sad I couldn't get him in my No Wanna Stars playthrough since he only appears in a random event near Franklin's house and picking him up gives 2 wanna stars. This time, however, it was no issue. Lester was kind of a dick, and I didn't realize until I got to his factory that when switching between Franklin and Michael, I changed out of my suit and he demanded I wear a suit.
And why aren't you a unicorn?
Also, when I went back to the change, the plane crashed, so Lester is directly responsible for the death of about 366 passengers. I switched into a suit, refused to pay my daughter, and Lester and I went shopping to get the dogs out. After going into the store for photos, I accidentally hit Michael by jumping off the roof, trying to go so fast because I was excited to pick my crew. Okay, so picking a crew here, I didn't have a strategy. I wasn't trying to maximize my money since, well, I can't spend it, so I picked the cheapest driver, Packy, and my coworker from Life Invader. I also went with the loud option since for some reason I never picked it. I was super excited for my first heist, so I quickly leaped out of Lester's factory and got to work. I promptly dying while trying to steal this car because, Michael, why would you climb the door like that? Anyway, one attempt later, I very inconspicuously took this car to Lester's factory to meet up with the crew and give them a pep talk.
We're gonna execute the security guard. We're gonna execute the staff. Customers. Along with execute. Anybody gets pinched. We're gonna execute Lester. Good luck, everyone.
After this, we robbed the jewelry store with ease. And this shows everyone's cut, which doesn't affect the money spent stat, so picking a cheaper or more expensive crew doesn't really matter for this challenge.
You know what? I think we did.
Well, no. Trevor saw the news and he was pissed. Anyway, on an unrelated note, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Of course, Trevor being a very moral character shut down misogyny,
You think it's clever to disrespect women?
convinced some bikers to stop creating carbon emissions with their bikes, and decrease sales of harmful drugs in his neighborhood. I pulled up to the bar for a big business meeting, and it went pretty well. I showed my clients around the lab and quickly took out the architect. Okay, you were in there for like 2 minutes. How are you this red? Pretty soon I needed a rifle from Ammunition, and after some extreme couponing, my purchase came to $0. No need to threaten the store owners. I also couldn't use the sniper in this mission because the pistol didn't have the range to hit people from his vantage point. I hopped onto a plane and made some deliveries before the game showed me properties, which I was not going to buy anyway. The O'Neill stole Trevor's business, and even though I had no use for money, I had use for these bullets, so I killed every last one of them. And blew up their house for good measure. I returned home and scared the hell out of Wade, which I would be too if I saw a guy with like 5 bullet holes right through the chest, walking it off. But hey, we're on a budget here, and I need to save these bullets. I met up with Wade because of Floyd, and went over to visit Michael. Tracy was in trouble, and this was pretty embarrassing, but honestly, if this was nowadays, it would just be a slightly different thing. Michael decided to slow me down a bit on my chase with Laszlo, who we proceeded to embarrass. Lester wired me money from the first heist, and Madrazo got the money, which did me kind of yummy. That whole school I covered it, I had to go speak with my good friend from the MLB.
Davey! How you doing?
I had to fight my way out of the morgue, and this was the point of the game where I really dedicated to going only as fast as possible. Which of course was literally impossible for the very next mission where I had to kidnap a suspect from the IAA. I decided to be a good person and help the stranger by driving into the airport, and he gave me some insight before. But I couldn't buy stock, so this was kind of useless. Trevor, Franklin, and Lamar went to buy some drywall to renovate Franklin's house, and luckily Trevor talked Lamar out of spending any money after finding drugs in drywall. But the ball was just mission, nothing of note, except shortly after, I looked at Trevor's stats and saw that he had spent some money. I had no idea where this came from, but then I went back to the cutscene at the beginning of this mission. That cutscene is literally the start of the mission, so there's no skip I can do, or anything without glitches to avoid this. So sadly, Trevor has lost the challenge, and is red. To make matters worse, I had to do yoga next, so things took a turn back around when Jimmy and I got to Father's bonding time, and went to
un pochino.
Luckily, this didn't charge me, but Jimmy shoved me out of the car and took $2,000 from my bank account. The money got removed immediately at the end of the mission, right after the last cutscene, once again leaving no way to skip it or somehow switch characters before it got removed. $7 from
Mi stai guardando?
$1,000 from Michael in the span of 2 missions.
No, se no ti chiedevo tipo cosa lasciare e cosa no.
So probably not as crappy compared to this guy who I waterboarded and mildly tortured for some information, but for surviving, I gave him a ride to the airport and headed back to my condo. Meanwhile, Franklin went to Vespucci Beach to meet with Lester for a new job.
He needs money.
I really, and I can't emphasize this enough, do not. I thought it would be funny to assassinate this guy by running him over, and this took way more tries than I expected, but I did manage to pull it off.
So we bought a house in the Vinewood Hills.
I guess Lester is my sugar daddy now, because I did not spend 1 cent on this place, but I'll take it. Back to Trevor to plan the worst heist in the game by far, and I went with the freighter option because Offshore added an extra mission. I stole this slow submarine, and man, no matter how many times I play this game, this heist is still the worst one. On top of that, we literally got $0 from this heist. Not that I cared about money, but frustrating nonetheless. After this, we met up with that FIB duo to set up another heist, and Michael called with the list of stuff we needed for Blitz play.
Alright guys, here are more details.
First, I needed to buy some masks, and I assumed if I pulled my gun they would let me skip this, but since buying masks is literally the entire mission, and there are multiple options, you can't skip it. Are you serious? The cheapest mask I could buy was this $50 one, and I needed 3 so each character could have one, so that's $150 more spent by Mike. Next I needed to buy boiler suits, and it was the same case as the mask. I couldn't skip this, and the cheapest I could buy was $105. I had a theory, so I drove to Sandy Shores with Trevor to see if I could get boiler suits for free, like the first time I went to that location and bought a sniper rifle, but they didn't even sell boiler suits, so it was back to Mike. I needed 3 of them, so that was $315 more total. I dropped off a getaway car, stole this garbage truck, and took my car to get repaired after the front bumper got damaged. You can fix that, right? Okay, actually I just stole this tow truck instead. This heist was basically just a big shootout in one place, and this part made me fully realize how insane the pistol was. At the end of the heist, I met Devin Weston, who set me up with Solomon Richards. I beat up this guy for my new favorite movie producer, and then had to steal some cars for Devin Weston. I got back to the cars, and the race was not even close. Franklin and Trevor went to the type, which I delivered to Devin Weston.
You know, if this beauty was a woman, I'd have to break my 20 and under. Man, I'll just fix the drive, alright?
I met Martin Madrazo to go shoot down a plane, steal some files, and take out the witnesses. Trevor decided to also kidnap Madrazo's wife, and he had the great idea of boarding a plane with a crop duster as his carry-on. And I had to hijack this plane and clear the soldiers on board with my pistol before being shot down. Soon after, I went to scope out the bank for the Toledo Bay score, and of course I picked my Go Packy to join our crew. I went back to Trevor's trailer for a drink, but Franklin told us he found the O'Neills, so we went to finish them off before gearing up for our next heist in Toledo Bay. We had massive machine guns for this, so naturally I used my pistol to clear out all the cops. Switching to Franklin, things were much calmer, but I was losing money. Now, I saw somewhere that this value could go negative, so I wanted to see what would happen if I waited and actually let the money go into the red. With my characters on the heist with less money, how would this impact my stats? Was Franklin's DES haircut really that bad? I thought this would take forever since I was losing money so slowly at first, but it picked up, and after waiting over an hour, I was past the -4 million mark and decided to head back and pick up my first.
Got the money? Everything we got?
All negative 4 million of it.
Hey, here's your cut. This is a big win.
After the heist ended, I realized that FIB took a huge cut, so I was glad I could make them lose a few $1,000,000. I didn't actually lose any money, despite having a negative crew cut, and my snaps were seemingly unaffected, because I had earned $0 in the heist. I tried. Michael and Trevor went to rob this train, and from the end of this mission, this was a far drive. I even accidentally killed myself with Trevor while trying to cross the mountains, and had to reload the save, since I couldn't pay the hospital. I ended up cutting through Los Santos, and briefly forgot that I was exiled and was constantly hunted down, so that was fun. I had to do a mission with that FIB, and Michael went into his lab to save and see, not brag, like I said in my last video for some reason. I decided to be a terrible person and use my pistol despite being
Set your phaser to stun.
Oh, they're gonna be stunned alright. I made it through the facility with just a pistol and stole this bioweapon with ease. This truck driver tried to commit insurance fraud by randomly swerving to hit me, but luckily this absolute hero swooped in to save me. I got to meet Deborah, who was a lovely woman. Deborah watched the language, and then took Wade to the Vanilla Unicorn, which would become our new home. We got the gang together and did some recon for our final heist, the big one. Franklin stole a James Bond knockoff car for Devin Weston, and then Michael went back home, where Trevor showed up out of nowhere.
What do you want?
Your friend, I don't want it. So, family ain't back.
I think I finally figured it out. Sounds ridiculous. You're a killer. Set your phaser to stun. I said, oh, that's not it. I got one.
Yeah, well, I got nothing. No one gives a f*** about me.
Yeah.
All we gotta go do is bust out Brad, and then we're golden, man. Brad!
Get the bar, Brad.
So why did it take the entire game for them to hunt Trevor down? He is really not that hard to find. I had to shoot my way out of North Yankton, but still got captured. In arguably a bottom 5 mission in the game, I had to drive nearly 8 miles to get to Devin Weston's car. Then, I met Michael on the opposite side of the map. Trevor was pissed that he gave Franklin's aunt $7 earlier, and took it out on this random guy, but refused to take it out on Mr. Chang's men, hunting him down, so Franklin went to save Michael. With Michael safe, I had to rescue Solomon Richards from Rocco, and before I could go back to the studio, I got hit by a car, and the mission ended. Then I went to see Lester to set up for the FIB raid. God, this setup is boring. I stealthily followed this janitor, who could summon an open beer in record time. Everyone was starting to annoy me, and Jimmy showed up to ask for a car, as if he didn't already ruin the challenge for me early on. I at least got revenge on Fabian for making me do yoga, and I got revenge on Lasso for being a creep. I took the family to therapy, and yeah, this scammer charged me $4,000. Hope I will be back.
Call the police. I'll tell you what to do. Call the police. Do what you f***ing deserve.
I didn't realize this until later, so I ended up replaying a few missions, but there was no way for me to avoid this, since immediately after the cutscene, the game took $4,000 from my bank account and more than doubled my total amount spent. I needed some building plans with Franklin, and this architect was absurdly slow. I don't have time for this. Punch one architect and suddenly the whole construction site's on you. Calm down, Bob the Builder. I rushed back to the factory, picked out my crew, and helped Tracy deal with the stalker, since if I ignored her call, she would steal money from me and pay other guys to beat the stalker up.
You paid some dude 10 grand to scare him.
I went to help Solomon Richards get his movie back, and Molly tried to play hide and seek in a jet engine, so I had to flee the scene. Shortly after I started the FIB, Michael appeared. We had to fight off some guards, which I did with the pistol, and after wiping the data clean, I raced that one to the ground, and sadly he beat me there, and after climbing down, we made it out. Between missions, this cop car just witnessed me launch this biker and did absolutely nothing, which is about as useful as you'd expect from GTA. Later I arrived at the museum, I did not pay admission, and went to meet with the but of course we got ambushed, and I had to shoot my way out.
Put the weapons down, boys. Put your weapons down, all of you. Put the guns down. Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? Constitution says you do.
I fought my way through for a while, and Trevor came to my rescue and sniped some guys with his pistol. I went to shoot down this helicopter that was on me, and Davey literally tried to run me over, but I still made my escape and had a call with Lester about the big one. Meanwhile, I got a visit from Felicia, and I decided to be able to take part in the bar while Felicia begged me to save him.
I'm worried about Lamar. You gotta help him, Franklin.
Nah, I don't really feel like it.
Mind you, you, Lamar was literally just on a mission with us. So I pulled up to the sawmill with the whole gang and saved Lamar. This was a super long drive, but I was glad to have saved Lamar, until he asked for money.
What?
Immediately after this cutscene ended, I was $50. Of course, I really thought Franklin would be the only one to not fail the challenge, but just a few missions away from the end of the game, Lamar had failed. Unfortunately, I couldn't go back in time and just let the ball kill Lamar, so I had to accept this $50 blemish on Franklin's otherwise perfect record. Oh, and in that same cutscene, Steve and Davey tried to talk me into killing Trevor. It was time for Michael's big movie, which he produced by threatening actors to murder people, but still, work is work. I dreaded this mission because I had to go to Policies and put on a tux, but luckily I didn't have to buy a new one, only equip my existing one, which cost $0. The movie was mid, so we left early to go fight Meriwether and save Amanda and Tracy at Michael's house. And now it was finally time to plan for the big one. I went with the obvious approach because the subtle approach would have involved stealing and modifying several cars, which I didn't want to pay for. I just needed a getaway car, a train, and a drill, but dropping off the drill turned out to be traumatic because this was the same lot I got my first one of stars in the game that ruined my whole life. Between these, I also had to save Jimmy from being kidnapped, since if I ignored him, he would pay his kidnapper's ransom, which would come from my bank account.
How much of my father's money do you think it would take to get me out of this situation?
I went as Michael to steal some train cars with Trevor, and we easily lifted them to these trucks. Finally, I went through so many cars, and the game kept telling me I couldn't use them as getaways. This one girl even called the cops, so I had to take care of her. I got my getaway car, yeah, that should be inconspicuous, and I made my way to the strip club for the heist. I started off underground and took out a bunch of new soldiers who actually could kill me pretty quickly, but still, they were no match for my pistol. All I had to do from here was fly a helicopter, shoot my way out of the bank, and get rid of this wanted level. It seemed ridiculously easy for how big of a crime this was, but I won't question GTA logic too much. I carefully set the gold down on this train. I put the gold on the train. I dropped the gold on the train. The gold, maybe video games aren't for me. I set down the gold on this train, and we were set. Of course, I can't do anything with the millions of dollars I would gain here, but the real payment is the friendships we made along the way. As Franklin, Devin Weston came by and told me to kill Michael, which left me with the choice that I think is very silly, because why would you kill either Michael or Trevor? I was still upset with him, so I burned him alive. Okay, that doesn't count. Anyway, I feel like this last mission is kind of setting up for the big one, but
So you
still, I set a death wish.
Franklin, that's dumb.
We all
So you
die.
can't-
You either kill yourself or get killed.
Frank,
Sì.
Franklin was torn on what to do, so he went to Lester for some advice.
I feel I can't kill both of them. All right. I say fuck Trevor. Marry Michael, then kill Devin Weston.
Lester, okay, the question was how are you? Franklin, Trevor, and Michael all met up at the Foundry. I still don't understand why none of the protagonists actually kill the villain of the story. But hey, once again, not gonna question.
Lo stavo giocando con me, però poi abbandonato.
Wait, that's awesome. Trevor sniped Steve and headed to Devin Weston's house for a party. I showed him the trunk of my car and inside. Overall, trying to spend $0 and go pistol only was pretty fun. Trevor only spent $7 and Franklin only spent $50, both in cutscenes on the same street.
Damn, man.
This is $7.
Michael was
This is what it's like to eat food in Antarctica. I wanted toast for breakfast, but I didn't want to destroy the butter penguin creation that someone made, so I settled for an apple instead. Rounding out breakfast was a cup of green tea, and then for smoko, we had waffles. The chef makes the batter for us, but we have to prepare it.
I said the whole alphabet in 1 second, but this time, I'm gonna say it in half a second. Wait, me? Slow it down. So this guy,
out of box. If you buy this with a very specific use case because you have something in mind or you're injured, then yeah, but for 99% of you guys watching, this is probably not a great investment. Okay, so these are probably the craziest dumbbells in here. Water dumbbells. So these were very popular during a certain time frame where everyone was at home. Hold on. Look at these pictures. I think this might be a bit of trickery. This is a great picture as well. Why is it in middle? But luckily, we got 8 dumbbell balls. Oh, and 8 nuts. Water filled. Why are these no odor versus hurt children or other? Soft and not easy to hurt. But we can hurt them. We can hurt it and try to hurt. It has 280 reviews, 3.3 stars. The problem I have is they leak frequently. Are we gonna waste our money? That's fine. Water dumbbells. Years ago, I used these for the first time on this exact same spot, and they are weak. This is how they come right straight out of the bottle. You get inflatable. One thing about these dumbbells is that they always are kind of sold by shady companies. We've got one full dumbbell that has 2 ninja stars, and this one has no ninja stars. They just forgot to send it. And now we literally need to fill them up with water. You can also just throw them up into there. So you can literally fill these up. We're gonna use the big guns. Let's fill them up with water. Ah! Jeez. Oh yes. One dumbbell. That was squishy dumbbell. You decide to wait. 7 more to go. Whoa! Now I remember, we did a drop test with these dumbbells, and it's safe to say you shouldn't drop them. We will do one today. That goes pretty different. And that's how you make a water dumbbell. On the website it says they should be 25 kilograms in total. No way. Maybe maximum 2 kilograms per. So that will be 8, because this thing weighs now. I think it's like 6, 7. Yeah, this took around an hour to set up. But now that we're working out with it, it works. It is a dumbbell. I do like the grip though. I think they're just too light to really be useful long term. You're still in it. Oh. Outside doing like that, if I then drop it, what if I do a shoulder throw? Up, this is done. Oh, I think something, bro. Luckily, you don't have any action. I actually think this might be a better dumbbell. Shoulder press, work. Yeah, joy in life. You ready? No. Good. Oh no! He's gone. He's gone. I wasn't expecting that. I genuinely don't see anyone seriously use it. If you have ever seriously used this, let us know in the comments down below. You will probably get laughed at. Are these worth the upgrade? No. There are way better dumbbells coming up. The dumbbell that everyone buys when they just start working out. Adjustable dumbbell set, free weights for men. For men? These will cost you around 40, 50 bucks, 45 cents a That's a big one. That's quite impressive. So the color is 20. What's your favorite color? 20. Warport 1 out of 5 stars, 49 ratings. Arrives in a box that looked like it had been punched all the way there. The weights look like they were pre-owned by someone who hates owning them. Rubbish. 1 star. Let's buy it. Let's see. I want to see that. Now we're getting into real dumbbells, and these are probably mostly used in the bedroom. It's basically completely filled with plastic, 0.5 kilograms. These feel quite premium. Yeah, especially for plastic dumbbells. Let's see who can put them together the fastest. Let's go. Oh no! Yes! Oh! Wow! Oh! No! Yeah! That was really fast. That is a good amount of weight right away. It is a decent amount of weight. 30 kilograms in total, 15 kilograms each. I do have to say that it does now feel a bit thin. Yes, they feel a tiny bit painful. Dumbbells are not supposed to be painful, I guess, or I've been using them wrong. Press into your head. And because they are filled with concrete or sand, they will always be pretty big. But they work. I really like them. They feel solid. They stay together. So far, these dumbbells seem to be the perfect home dumbbells to have, because you can just sit down, do some curls. You can do basically all the home exercises. And you can also just put them down safely without destroying the floor. They can definitely leak some sand if you throw them on the floor too hard. We still have more dumbbells from 10 years ago. They did last a lifetime. Actually have one base plate that is destroyed, so that we got one of them that works still. Here's one frame of those dumbbells. Right? And are they worth it? Yes. When you're just starting up, I would definitely buy these. We actually bought them when we were beginners, and we buy them again. But aren't there better dumbbells? We'll find out now. So we've also got iron weight, and these are more expensive. Same style of dumbbell, but then different material. They are better. These will cost you around 70 bucks. 4.6 stars, 18,000 reviews. What? High quality and durable adjustment. That sounds like your friend just gave you a review on your product. Can you please give me a 5-star review? Great. That's the other friend that you really want to spend too much time. Great, 5 stars. Fine. Iron weights. You won't find these in any basement or garage, but are they worth it? This is how you get the box. You get the 3-weight, and you will literally just get a very big stick to put it on. This is actually a weight itself as well. Obviously, the weight will vary depending on which one you buy, but this is right now 10 kilograms. You can also put all the weights on one dumbbell to make it 20 kilograms. Let's put the stick in the hole. So putting this dumbbell together, not a lot of work. These two good grip, pretty nice. I like them. Yeah, it's literally got loose after 2 reps. We've worked out with this a lot, especially back in the day, and they work. They're great. Grip is good. They have their pros. The main con is just that they get them. It's not great for safety, but also not for sound. The more reps you do, the more different it feels, and the more inconsistent the reps get. It's probably very hard to listen to you because there's a lot of sound. If you're looking for these, make sure to get a heavy enough weight, because otherwise your curls will not be feeling that great. Instead of using plates, then they're quite compact. So stuff like this is pretty easy. Drop test. Here we go. Almost broke the wall, almost broke my toe, but the dumbbells didn't look at full grip. These can handle everything. So how do they work? Maybe, maybe no, because I would go for the plastic ones. I would go for the plastic ones as well, but you maybe really like this form factor, you maybe really like the feeling of having iron in your hands instead of having plastic in your hands. These are more expensive most of the time, and they just take sound. I don't like the fact they move around. It's really preferences, but these are some. Okay, I lied. This is the weirdest dumbbell on the list. What are those? But it's literally twice 20 kilograms. Ooh, that's pretty decent. We'll not just give you dumbbells. We'll also give you dumbbells with this grip, which then turn into kettlebells and a barbell. That's pretty crazy. That's only for $100. But it has 4.3 out of 5 stars. 3,300 reviews. And it's #1 on best-selling at the moment. They are not brand new. Stink of sweat and moho. Disgusting. I want to buy this. I want to smell them. Okay, so these kind of look like toys, but they might be the best investment we've ever made, or the worst. I have never bought something like this, but let's see if it lives up to the hype. We've got 2 dumbbells, but the boxes have 2 different sizes. Box 1 is open, alright. Yeah, get a whole program. It's not only for family, but also for joy. Joy. Whoa, feels like premium plastic. You gotta feel this, bro. Whoa. I think it's the attachments for the barbell. Look like this. Sounds like great. What's in the other box? Oh! Let's turn them into dumbbells. It feels pretty good. Okay. Okay, what's on? Big dumbbell. Oh, this is 20 kilograms. I feel manly. Oh, big dumbbells. So far, better than I expected. Okay, so they're very big. Yeah. You could work out with this. Maybe short reps. Okay. Oh, these are not only dumbbells. I believe you literally get rid of the side one. It hurts. You put it tight, bro. Like you step tight better. I think I have to adjust this one here, and you roll the dumbbell on there. Okay, this works pretty smoothly. Oh, look at this. And I hold it here. Oh, God. Oh, come on. Oh, wait, I don't fit. I'm too big. Let me on my shoulders. That's a flag. There we go. You can really find a comfortable exercise until it's thrusting. Boom! Boom! Oh, that works. This is comfortable. This is the most comfortable hip thrust I've ever done. Okay, so here we go. And in 30 seconds, we had a totally different belt, a kettlebell. And it's actually okay. I like this. This feels like a cute kettlebell. Yeah! So I've actually worked out with kettlebells never in my life. So for me, I wouldn't really spend extra money so I can get this. But you'll like to work with kettlebells? Sure. Then this is actually pretty good. It's good. So you now know it will work. I actually like the kettlebell the best of the whole set. During the setup time, it was actually fairly fast for the entire set. Yeah. Is it worth the upgrade? Probably not. No. Because there's also sets out there that you can actually just buy a good dumbbell on there, and then also buying a barbell together with it. That's probably going to be worth your money more for the average gym bro. Imagine $1,000 dumbbell. One of the most bought dumbbells in the world, exercise fitness X dumbbell. These can vary like crazy in price. The 45-pound, 20-kilogram dumbbell, $60. So if you get 2 of them, a pair, it will be $120. 4.7 out of 5. 44,000 rating. Go and buy. I just did a workout for the first time with these. Notice black all over my leg. There is some black there. Smell and stains. Let's buy it. Finally solid dumbbells, and probably everyone that goes to the gym's favorite. But what's wrong with them? Oh, these feel really nice. I haven't used these in a very long time. They're all check. Also, there's nothing that can go weird or anything that makes sound, so yeah, I think these are my favorite so far. The weight is on there pretty massive, and you're actually getting a decent amount of weight for a very compact size, because this is 25 kilograms, and it's really manageable. Alright, let's bench. Oh, check this out. It's easy to put them on your lap. I got you, bro. I got you. Get it? This is actually nice. This is also really nice. Oh, and when I'm done with my set, I can drop them. Not that you should drop the dumbbells in the gym, but if it happens, you can. And they don't roll away because of obviously the main hexagon, yeah, parallel. Yeah, I'm convinced these are actually just secretly made for calisthenics athletes to do push-ups, handstand push-ups. Because they're all there, you can easily drop sets when you just want to do them. Because he just finished, and now he's grabbing a lighter pair, and he's just wrapping them out. Works really nice. The greatest things about these dumbbells is also their biggest problem. Because you can't just get rid of weight and do a lighter set. So, is it worth the upgrade? No, for kids, they are perfect. They might be the best dumbbells out there. I'm never going to buy these. Maybe if we're now the most fun dumbbell. The unliftable dumbbell, or circuit dumbbell, that they're also 20 kilograms, all the way up to 78 kilograms. This one will cost you around $300. It cost me like 1,000 dumbbells, and then another $600-700 for shipping. Only 5-star reviews, but I own these for some reason, so let's check them out. Stan? You're right. Are they heavy? Hey, it's liftable. It starts with 20 kilograms, and it goes all the way up to 78 kilograms. They're called unliftable dumbbells because you have to lift them with one arm, and because they are so thick, it's almost impossible to lift them. Let's see up to which level. Level 1, 20 kilograms. Level 2. And he did it. Boom! Level 3, 42 kilograms. That was pretty heavy. That is heavy. This is where it's gonna get pretty hard. Level 4, 53 kilograms. So let's go. Boom! They survived the drop test. You can drop them on anything. The thing underneath this dumbbell will just be destroyed. Have you ever done level 4? No. That was a lot of tricks. I think it was smart. Let's go! Yes! Level 5, 64 kilograms. Come on. Yes! Oh, it came off the ground. Go. Yes. We are failures. Is it worth the upgrade? No. Well, if you want, no. Now we're getting a bit more high-tech. We got selector dumbbells. They're starting to look pretty fancy. And these dumbbells are not cheap. $190 per dumbbell. So if you want to have the pair, it's going to cost you around $400. 4.1 stars out of 5. There's only 5 ratings. Scam advertised as a set. Yes, I received it. Misleading description, be aware. The item is presented as a set, however, Amazon sells it as a single one. I'm going bankrupt, but let's go. Okay, so now the dumbbells are looking a bit more advanced. High-tech. Adjustable dumbbells. These are actually mine. I've had them for a few years. But maybe after today's video, I will keep different. And you can press the button and twist the wheel to change the weight. And the weight goes from 2.5 kilograms all the way to 25 kilograms. But does that actually work? Is it not getting stuck the entire time? Well, no, not really. It actually works fairly well. There's like a million different variations of these, from $300 to $500-600. I really like these. The grip is amazing. The grip's good. How fast does the switching go? Okay. If you find the hole, it's pretty durable. Especially after like a long set, then this might take some time. There's a bit of a sound, like they move a bit. And also they are pretty secure. I've never had one fall. So it clicks, and then it locks the weight. But what if you spin it halfway and you don't hear the click? Oh, you hear the click. What if you twist it while it's out? Okay, that's the only thing you shouldn't do. Let's bench. These are pretty comfortable here. These are nice. The only thing you shouldn't really think about is the plates falling down on your face. Again, I really like the grip. Because if you look at the shape, the middle part is a bit thicker than the outside. The more moving parts a dumbbell has, the higher the chance something will break. Let's find out. Oh. It definitely looks like it will break if you do that too often. And this is what they look like after a few years off a stand. Nice. So what is worth the upgrade? Yes, because they go from 2.5 kilograms to 25 kilograms all in one dumbbell. So basically do everything with this. You do 3 dumbbells, you got way more compact. So where do dumbbells go from 60 to more worth it? Now we got dumbbells that look like they brought us like this.
What is this?
This is a dumbbell. They're called power blocks and will cost you around $400 to $500.
Where's the handle?
This is really good. Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, that looks like a decent handle.
Ideal for the home gym. Easy and quick to choose the way. 4.8 stars out of 10. Wow. 3 rating. So the things, they are adjustable, right? You know what? Let's buy them and see. Being dumbbells, very awesome to them. These dumbbells, we've never used ourselves. We've seen it in a lot. That's so awesome. We're getting into pretty expensive territory right now for dumbbells. So the first thing we got
Oh, accendo subito. Non è mai successo.
and then select the weight.
Va benissimo. Un pochino più.
Yes, it opens up. It goes all the way up to 50 pounds. Benching, this is going to be interesting. So let's choose a weight. Let's see how fast that goes. Whatever, 35. Okay, I really suck at I really suck at that. Boom. It's flat, so it feels good. Oh, this feels good though. This feels really nice. It looks interesting. It actually really feels like I have very heavy hands. That's how it feels. It really likes dumbbells while benching and doing shoulder presses and also curls. I actually thought from the pictures that they might have been maybe a bit too big, but they're still smaller in real life, which is good right now. Yes, but changing the weight is not the easiest thing in the world. I'm just struggling. I do feel some movement, and I don't think I like that. He explodes up, and then the weight still moves even though he already stopped. You can really hear it. So, are the dumbbells worth the upgrade? Probably not. We both like the mechanism of the previous dumbbell more with the spinning wheel, but that's us. We're used to that. And they're very good dumbbells still, but because the price tends to be a bit higher than the adjustable dumbbells as well, we wouldn't say they're worth the upgrade. And now, the most expensive dumbbells I could find, the probably most high-tech dumbbells that exist, we got the SelectTech 560 dumbbell. These are called smart dumbbells, and they kind of look like the ones we already had, but these are supposed to count your reps, and they have an app. That sounds like that. They're very hard to get your hands on, but I found them on the website. 3.6 stars out of 5, 58 ratings. A lot of gimmick, but the app is rough. That looks pretty trash. It looks like it made it work. There are a lot of positives. Best investment I've made in the past. There's a screen on it. It's almost 55 reps. Video, there's video. Features of the #1 selling, the #1 and the 560 stand. Is there an iPad with the stand? I need the stand. So just the dumbbells are like $900, and then the stand is $200.
That's a very expensive stand.
This in total will cost you $1,000. Let's just do it. Here we go. Let's see if the most expensive dumbbell
Oh, si
is
gode.
the best. This video is not sponsored by any of the dumbbells, by the way, so we can really give our honest opinion. This video is sponsored by Icon Amsterdam. Huge shout out to them for making this video possible. We spent thousands of dumbbells to test them out and show you the best one. Icon Amsterdam is one of the best casual clothing out there for fit people like you and me. It fits nicely, but it's still very comfortable and it's affordable. And they have blue clothing, so I like it. The clothing is fitted to casually show the gains, but still comfortable enough to squat in them, do a handstand in them, push up, handstand push-up, or even unbox dumbbells and actually use them, which we will do right now. These are one of our favorite outfits. More of our favorites in the description below, as well as the link to Icon Amsterdam. And make sure to not forget to use code STAN for an extra 20% off. You don't want to miss that. This is what it looks like in the box. Ooh, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Dumbbells on batteries.
Oh, this is the stand.
Oh, the stand.
This was a bit cheap.
It
does feel a bit cheap, right?
It's just plastic.
Oh, we got the dumbbell. It's a good amount of weight. 27.2 kilograms or 60 pounds. Look at that. This should be the screen of the dumbbell for the weight, but also it might be a tracker for the reps for the app that comes with the dumbbell. Alright, this is... There's a lot of stuff in here. This is the stand for the iPad, I believe. These are all the parts for the dumbbells. Let's build them. This is it. It feels pretty steady and also pretty high quality, especially compared to this cheaper plastic. It did take a decent amount of time to put this together, as usual, things like these. But normally you only put it together once, so let's see if it was worth it. So actually only one of the dumbbells has this. Let's see how they connect. Yes. All right. I think it's in. I mean, if your dumbbells need instruction, you probably know it's either overkill or it's just really epic. Step 1, push the play button to power up the sensor.
Cosa?
Per favore,
Che?
vieni ad aprire il cancello. Vieni. Hai capito?
Sì, ho capito, ma non posso venire.
Qualcuno che può venire c'è?
Puoi andare ad aprire il cancello al papà? Ci va la Marta.
Counting down. It makes sense. It works, I guess. Open the app. Step 3. Your device will pair to the sensor and display the Bluetooth icon when synced. What? Looking for machines. Oh, no machines in... Can't seem to find it. So after trying everything possible for an hour straight, we came to the conclusion that the app doesn't work. We're supposed to track your form on this, but if you do want a working app, make sure to check out the 9-day challenge app. You can make some pretty sick hits. Kind of sucks that the app doesn't work, but let's properly test it out. These dumbbells don't have any wheels to change the weight, so I guess during the handles you select the desired weight. Oh, look at this! You can actually see the weight of the screen as well. 7.9, so specific. This is definitely made for pounds. Here you can see the pounds. 25 pounds, 30 pounds. Steps are 5 pounds. I can only see 4 plates here. How does that work? Lowest weight, 5 pounds. 2.3 kilograms.
What the hell?
5 pounds, 3.4 kilograms. Oh, smaller weights in there. That's smart. I have to say, first thing, it is really smooth. This is way smoother than I thought it would be. Yes, it works really, really well. People have to be very critical of these dumbbells and I have to realize that these dumbbells are like 30 times the price of regular dumbbells. When I press play, it starts counting up from 5, 4, 3, 2...
16?
And right now it gives another beep. Oh. And now,
Vai.
it has set the starting point. Did you now measure, okay, I do probably bicep curl. Okay, yes, let's go half. Okay, it's quite strict. So yes. I think if I now go higher, it doesn't count. Set is done. It decides to me that the set is done. There's literal tracking in these dumbbells. So it noticed that I wasn't doing the exercise that I was trying to do anymore, and it just said, all right, that means that you're done with this set. And when you put the dumbbells back in, you can see the total amount of reps you've done. It also starts to set here. Okay, now you can go. Boom, 1. I like the sort of confirmation of your rep. And I don't have to count. You don't have to count. Wow. I'm just going all out. Can you see the screen right now, though? Oh, no, there's no way. There's no way you're going to see the screen. By the way, you can turn off the sound. Okay, so let's bench. I feel a bit pressured right now because it's counting down. By the way, clothing is also still holding up very nicely. Let's see how long I have in between reps. Okay, that's still good. That was a decent amount of time. It's pretty long. Let's go all the way up to 60 pounds or 27.2 kilograms. These are the heaviest adjustable dumbbells I have seen. This should probably be a decent amount of weight and enough for most exercises except for bench maybe. So, are they worth it? No, not really. Dumbbells themselves are great. Changing of the weight is pretty well. Also,
Aia, porco Dio!